Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, today is day 5 of my NoFap. This is usually the trickiest part of the NoFap, and I did have a couple of close calls, but nothing like in times past. In times past, day 4, 5, 6 were complete torture to the point that I could get nothing done usually, and this time around it didn't turn out that badly. But I do want to continue this streak, and the reason for that is that I'm traveling to Taiwan soon. I hope to pivot my career, and I hope to network with people there. And I have since learned that not masturbating causes the body to ramp up production of various hormones that could help me network with people. And it makes sense from a scientific point of view. And there's good evidence online of people who have done NoFap and met important figures in their life. Not necessarily romantic partners, by the way, but important figures in their life. And also, it also helps psychologically too, right? When I'm not fapping, I often fill the gap with other things, and I've come up with a lot of creative stuff when I hadn't fapped, right? A lot of art projects have come about that, computer games that I've written, and even just being more bold with my social life, right? That all of that has happened in response to not fapping, so I hope to do that. Now, something happened that prompted me to go on this current NoFap. What had happened is I'm a big fan of Polish Idol Season 1 winner Alicia Janazi. She turned 40 years old this past Tuesday, and as I was celebrating her 40th birthday, I remembered when she turned 25, so 15 years earlier, I was in a very turbulent situation. I had just broken up with a girl who was taking advantage of me, but at the same time I was lost because I didn't know how to do anything without the girl. This was June of 2010 we're talking about. And on June 13 of 2010, there was going to be a coin show in Rochester, New York. I was going to school in Rochester Institute of Technology. And I didn't know what to do. I wanted to meet somebody just like Elisa Janazi, but I only had 9 days left, and I was lost and confused. And 15 years later, I still feel that way, and it just became a stark reminder of how time has flown by, and I better do something big, right? Like maybe do a NoFap and see if something happens with it, right? That was kind of the inspiration for how this started, and now we're on day 5, right? So it's one of those things that you have to recognize. If you have big goals in your life, you're not going to be motivated 100%. You're not going to be 100% motivated 100% of the time, right? But every once in a while, a big wave will come along that will bring about the motivation, right? So, for example, I'm dating a girl who quit smoking 8 months ago. Her motivation was something. Well, I hate to go into too much detail here, but something turbulent had happened in her life, and she quit then, but since quitting smoking, she has discovered that there have been other benefits, right? Yesterday, we did a calculation of how much money she had saved, and she had put that extra money toward her car payments, right? And I was joking with her about how I delayed buying a car because I didn't want to have car payments, and we calculated how much more she could have owed on her car had she not quit smoking, and it became another motive. I told her next time she has a craving to think about that, right? But that wasn't the reason she quit, though, right? It was some workplace drama that she had a scare of losing her job, and so it was like, gee, she needed to put some money away. I guess indirectly it was also related to money as well. She didn't lose the job, but she did lose the smoking habit, so that was good, right? Similarly, maybe quitting the masturbating might not result in me meeting a distant cousin of Elisa Janazi, but it might result in me writing a #1 AI for another computer game. It might result in me making another big art piece, right? It could result in me, see, the other day, I was so lost and confused, I went to a different hiking trail that I normally don't frequent, right? Imagine I go there, I get an inspiration for some idea, or I go there, I look down, and there's a very shiny rock, I pick it up and discover it's chemical element 119, or maybe not 119 because that would be a very soluble. Maybe more like the element right below where moscovium is, or right below where gold is. That might be more plausible, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.